Hello and welcome to what I guess is officially the kickoff of the 2022 Super League Triathlon Championship season. It is the series draft. Joining us are four of the five managers. The Bahrain Victoria Scorpions coming new to Super League this year and branded up in the nice red there. Chris McCormack is here. The manager of the Sharks is back again, Michelle Dillon. She's obviously, oh, look at that. She's got the stuff as well in the background. She's cleaned up her living room. She's polished the mirror. She's ready to go. The manager of the Eagles, the victorious manager of the Eagles, once again sitting in the world's smallest office, also with his kit. Tim Don is here, the manager of the Rhinos, who has a lot to do to save face after last year's efforts. Ronnie Shieldneck is here, and not here, but watching on avidly, Cheetah's fan team manager Annie Emerson, implementing your choices as fan managers over the championship season. So we're going to find out who you voted for as well in your Cheetahs. Now, for this draft, a quick run through of the rules. In round one of these picks, and I'm saying this for the fans as much as I'm saying it for the managers to just remind them, specifically Mac, of what is going to happen next. Round one, all of you are going to have the option to retain someone from your team. We're going to start with the women. You'll have the option to retain one woman. You do not have to do that, and if you don't, you're going to get first pick from the women that are left after the rest of the managers retain. Everyone else goes into round two, where we're going to have a snake pick like we did last year. This time we're starting the very first one with Bahrain, because you randomly got the pick first. Then we're going to go Sharks, Cheetahs, Rhinos, Eagles, and then we're going to go back and forth like that. All the way down to the bottom 20. Yeah, we're going to start with the women. We're going to see wild cards throughout the season, because obviously in a 5-race season, there are going to be times, like we saw last year, with a Flora Duffy come in, or a Lucy Charles Barclay, or a Gustav Eden, or a Blumenfeld, where they replace someone in a team. There are rules around that. You can see it on superleaguetriathlon.com, but we're going to focus on the 20 men and 20 women that are confirmed for season 2022. And for those who don't know, I'm going to run through right now the 20 confirmed female athletes for the championship season in alphabetical order. Miriam Casillas Garcia, Sophie Coldwell, Hannah DeVette, Sophia Green, Julia Hauser, Emma Jeffcoat is back, Rachel Clammer comes back, Alyssa Koenig, Jeanne Lahair. I don't know much about Jeanne Lahair. I hope you guys do. Beth Potter, Sian Rainsley comes back off some good Arena Games form. Sarah Roll, Taylor Spivey, Kathia Shah, Non-Stanford, fresh off the European Championship win. Verena Steinhauser, Georgia Taylor-Brown comes back. Nat Van Coverden, Nicole Van der Kay, and Kate Woff is our 20 in alphabetical order. For you guys, you can pick, and we're going to find out who goes into which team. Now, in the random order list, as I said, Bahrain goes first, Sharks, Cheetahs, Rhinos, Eagles. For the Cheetahs, I have the fan team picks. So all you guys who are fan managers already voted. So I'm going to, based upon the highest ranked athlete in terms of votes that's left in each round, I'll tell you who that is. And then you can, so I have no input on this other than to read out who the highest ranked athlete that is left each time is, and that's who you're going to end up getting. Right. Who was happy, first of all, with their teams last year, and who wants to change? I mean, Tim, you must have been very happy, but there's no Jess Learmonth and there's no Alex Yee. Just yet.
And there's no Vicky Holland, and there is also no Victoria Lope. I've lost all my men. None of my men are racing, and only one of my women. So I have my 8 team. I've only got one Eagle left. So I need some
Apparently
fresh
they hated the
Eagle
management, Tim.
chips.
Apparently the talk going around town is they didn't get on well with the manager. They've all quit.
Oh, no. Well, out with the old, in with the new.
In with the new.
Actually, the one with the most retained athletes from last year is the Sharks, Michelle. There's 5 Sharks still floating around in the water in 2022.
Still from last year.
Well, I've got my eye on a couple of those, so...
That's interesting, because if she doesn't pick them, then she didn't really want them last year.
I did want them!
Yeah.
You might as well pick the same team then. So can we do, Michelle just wants the same 5 from last year.
Yeah, let me see.
Oh yeah, no, hold on. I don't want you to have Hayden and Vasco. No, that's too strong a team. No way. Vasco's gone up another level.
See, I always see potential. I always see the potential. Longevity.
Right, okay. That's what managers say when they've got a 5-year plan to take the pressure off them in years 1 to 3 when they suck.
Sounds like Man U at the moment in England.
All about potential. I'm going to pick
Can't
youngsters.
fall over themselves.
Ronnie, what are you going to do differently, mate?
Everything.
Man, I mean, I had to learn a lot. You know,
Do it the
I got
same.
a
Do it the
beating.
same.
I got a beating last year, but to my excuse, Martin van Riel, you know, he caught COVID. I think we would really have been, let's say, top 3 with him. But yeah, that's racing. Really unfortunate. And yeah, I had to. Yeah, I'm much more experienced now, and yeah,
All right.
I have my tactics now, how to choose the right guys. Did my my due diligence.
Good. Well, you're already ahead of Macca if you did any googling, any
If you did any study, you're in front of me.
But
I go from the gut, Will. That's why I'm putting some on.
and you've got more gut than everybody else, so you should have a better team.
I've got a bit more gut. I go from that gut.
There's a lot.
Go for a run, Macca. Go for a run, mate.
Look, you've lost a lot of people, mate. There's no Yuko Takahashi. There's no Katie Zafiris, Ronnie. You're going to have to start afresh. But let's start right now. And we're going to start with Bahrain. The Bahrain Victoria Scorpions. You have the option to retain. Now, for the women, you have the only female athlete that is on this list is Georgia Taylor Brown. So, do you choose to retain Georgia Taylor Brown?
I will retain Georgia Taylor Brown. Yes.
Was there even a question?
Are you sure?
Well, no question about it.
There wouldn't
The
be.
dynamics are going to be changing this year, you see, because Jess isn't there to drag around for every race.
Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
She didn't really. Jess was off the front. Georgia
Yeah, that is
took
true.
the race solo every other race. So yeah, this year is just going to be a foregone conclusion. We're dominating again.
Tim, you were really banking on the fact that Macca wouldn't remember what happened last year there. And yet
Well,
he did.
there's a chance of that. Come on, it's late in Australia.
It's true though.
No, but he's got
Yeah,
Cassandra. He could have chosen Cassandra, she's been racing well this year. So
Yeah.
She's unconfirmed though.
Yeah.
Unconfirmed.
Oh no, I forgot.
She's not on this list, mate. So
okay,
she
fair enough.
hasn't signed on yet. It'll be a
Yeah.
big risk if Macca was going to say that based on potentially getting her as a wild card later in the season.
No, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Georgia Taylor Brown remains with the Scorpions. The Sharks have the option to retain now. Now, there's 2 athletes here who you could retain, Michelle, Beth Potter and Non Stanford. Who do you choose, if any?
I'm going to go with Beth Potter. I'm going to retain her. I'd be stupid not to pick her, actually, because she has gained so much experience since last year. She's obviously stepped up another level. She's got a lot of medals and stuff on the world-class scene now. She's gained confidence. And I think she's going to be a hungrier athlete this year. So I'm going to go with Beth.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Beth.
No doubt. And I think, there's going to be a lot of 1-2 battles between those two if things go the way they seem to go. That falls to the fan team to take pick number 3, and the highest available ranked athlete is irrelevant in this case because the fans voted to retain Sophie Caldwell. And why not? Because she continues to be one of the strongest swimmers and now one of the strongest athletes in the field. And so she will remain a cheater. We will move on now to the Rhinos. Now, Ronnie, you've got Rachel Clammer left from your team. Do you choose to retain Rachel Clammer?
I refuse to retain her, and I go for then. So then that means I have first pick right next round.
You've brushed her. You've kicked it to the curb. Rachel, gone.
Yeah, well, there are some athletes as well, and as I said, we'll mix it up a little bit this year.
Okay, all right. Well, not that it was Rachel's fault, but I can see how you'd want to distance yourself from what happened in 2021 and start afresh. Okay, I get it.
Exactly. No, she was actually one of the strong athletes. I mean, maybe I can retain somebody else who was performing a bit better. So we'll see.
Okay,
we'll see.
All right.
That's a smart move. She didn't go so well at the Europeans. She's had a few average races by her standards this year. So
well, Tim, it's your turn. Okay, so we've got someone who's going to get the pick of the rest.
Just sending all these voice memos to Rachel. I think you're amazing. I think you're incredible. If I could have you on my team, I would.
All right, so that means that Tim,
I too,
you've lost Jess Learmont, mate. You've got no one, have you? Have you got anyone left? No, you do.
I've got I've got Taylor
Yes.
Spivey, but I'm gonna let her fly the roost. I think she is ready to soar on those eagle wings and find a new path. I don't want her to be dragged down by the pressure from the Eagles last year, so I'm not going to retain as well.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Oh my God, that's the worst pick I've ever heard. But yeah,
Oh, you'd be devastated
Tim,
now that Taylor
I
Spivey
think
has just suddenly gone
it's not
onto the
looking good
open
for me.
market, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
So, with that, Ronnie, it goes back to you as the first person to not retain, and suddenly one Taylor Spivey's on the market amongst all those other names, though. Who do you choose? You can choose a Rainsley or a Stanford or a Jeffcoat or a Van Coverton. I mean, who do you want?
I
Pick
mean,
Rachel.
that's not a question. I mean, Taylor
Rachel
Spivey is
again.
one of the most. I mean, Taylor Spivey, it's not even a question. She's one of the most experienced racers. She was last year 5th in Munich, 6th in London. She was actually at the WTC World Cup Hamburg 4th place. So, I mean, she's performing on the highest level. So, yeah, thank you, Tim. I'm going to pick her.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, okay,
She's my
fair
first
enough, fair enough.
rhino.
Transferred between teams
Really?
on a $0 transfer fee. Absolute bargain. Tim, you've lost her now. Is
Yep.
it one of these
You need
cases
to
now?
thank the Eagles for all that experience we gave her to set her up for almost
Thank
finishing
you,
on
Tim.
the podium in
Wow.
all those races that you just said. Almost finishing on the
Tim, do you
podium.
feel a bit like, when you give up a toy when you're a kid and you don't want it back until someone else starts playing with it? Is that kind of how you feel about losing Taylor Spivey right now?
No, I'm good with it. I think there's some talent on the table and we're going to rebuild afresh. And don't forget the rules are different this year. The short shoot isn't the individuals, it's the teams. So I might be leaning to some, different athletes.
All right, well,
but yeah, you've got to get someone who's going to finish on the podium, I think.
You get to retain now. Tim, who do you want? And not retain, you get to pick because you give up your retaining pick. So who's the first female for you?
We've got 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks to the first race. I want to pick the most in-form athlete, physically and emotionally right now, non-Stanford.
No.
She's European champion. The way she crossed the line in the team relay in Birmingham, I think she wants to go out with a bang. And and he doesn't know it yet. But I'm gonna bring in her fiance as assistant team manager at the events that he's at as well, so we get extra experience with Aaron Royal. But yeah, non-Stanford, all in.
Can't believe it. I can't believe I've lost non.
That was your plan, was it, Michelle?
Hold on,
Yeah,
you really thought we were going to let you have Beth and Non? No chance. Beth has, like, as you said, she's had the best year she's ever had. Non's rolling in.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I think, as Ronnie said, we've all learned a little bit from last year.
All right, so actually you get,
You have
because of
that
the
one.
snake, now, Tim, you get back-to-back picks. So you've gone with non-Stanford. We move into
I know
round
I
two.
do. I knew that.
Yeah, we move into round two. So to add to non-Stanford in the Eagles, the winning team, who would you like?
I'm going to pick another British athlete, Sian Rainsley. She's been on the rise all year. She's really stepped up. She too also got engaged last week, so congratulations. I think there's going to be a good dynamic there with the Welsh and the English, and you could see I really want to create that team atmosphere again. I think that was a big part of why the Eagles did so well last year. So yeah, Sian Rainsley is my number 2 pick.
All right, so 2 of the Brits gone. In fact, when I look at that list, it's Brit, American, Brit. So 5 of the first 6 are British picks, and now we move.
That is just amazing.
It
isn't
is.
it?
Well, it just shows you how strong they are, doesn't it?
Strength and depth. Yeah. Nice.
All right, Ronnie, we go back to you again on the snake. Some names off the table, some left. Who do you go for?
Yes, so I'm going for Australia because I love Chris, and I go for Natalie from Coburn.
Chris isn't on the list. You can't pick Chris.
Oh, sorry. Okay, some hair maybe, but no. I go for Natalie. World ranking number 16. She was racing in Leeds, 11th place. She's actually a relay special. I looked at her results at the relays, and she's pretty fast there. She races a lot for Australia on the relays. Very good. So I think she could be pretty good in this format, in the Super League format. I think she hasn't. Has she been racing? I don't think so. In Super League,
she had
What?
she had a big argument with Taylor Spivey, so she's not racing at the moment because
All right. So Nat
Yeah,
Van
we are.
Covenden goes to the
Tim,
Rhinos.
we are. No, I can't say that. Of course, we
you're
love the team,
neutral,
but
you're
hey,
Swiss. I know.
in the end, Tim,
We're
we
just
want to
blanking.
win. We want to win, and the team is, of
Oh.
course, but we want to win.
All right.
They will.
The almost
have
extinct
to have their-
rhinos are rising from the phoenix.
That's it.
Yeah.
Spivey and Van Covenden for the Rhinos. And to add
Yep.
to the cheaters, Sophie Caldwell, the fans go for, let me just check here in the rankings, the highest ranking remaining athlete is, well. When you look at the athletes picking, we're going to pick Rachel Clammer because she was third in terms of the votes for who they wanted on the team. So in eighth pick, we're going to pick the third place athlete, and we will take Rachel Clammer off your hands, Ronnie. Thank you very much. We'll go to the cheaters. She's consistent.
That's a good pick because you've got two runners there, so there's almost a guaranteed short shoot.
I know, but look at all the other runners.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but Rachel Clammer's, she warms up, after every race. Like, she gets better throughout the series, so no, yeah.
Absolutely.
He warms up.
That's a
There's
solid
no
pick.
time for warming up.
There's no time for warming
I
up.
want to know who these fans are.
Yeah, I think they're clever.
Gotta be
Like Rachel
fun.
Clammer has, over 5 years, has been so consistent with top fives in Super League.
Yeah.
So we shall see. Now we go
Definitely.
to Dylan, who has done nothing for the last 10 minutes, waiting for another pick. She wants to add someone to Beth Potter. Who are we going for?
All right. Well, look, from the list here, and if we're talking about Super League being fast, furious, and you've got to be off the mark fast, well, I'm going to go for a young athlete because they have got the speed there, and the GB's got the depth at the moment. I'm going to go for Kate Waugh. I mean, she's obviously raced at the Arena Games before. She's had some good results, so she's not, she knows how to race these type of races, and she's also had some podiums in World Cups as well. Podiums at the World Cup. So I think she'll be a great team player. I'm going to go with the youngster there, Kate Waugh. She looks like she's got a lot of potential. And I welcome Kate to the Sharks team.
Very good.
That's interesting because her partner's racing as well, Max Stapley. So you need to get him. Yeah. He trains up in Leeds now. Yeah, I don't know if it's official, but he might not be representing his current nation in the near future.
We're so deep over here in Australia. We don't need them, mate.
Yeah, you're losing them.
I tell you what, don't call her Kate Waugh though, because I did that for a whole season and a whole race of Super League, and then she caught me in the airport and was like, "Mate, it's Waff," and I was like,
"Okay, well, there we go."
That's a good intro. Hi, I'm your new manager, Kate Waugh.
I'm glad you cleared that up. Thanks.
Yeah. I've
already texted that.
Yeah, Waffy for short. Hey, Waffy.
Yeah.
The waffle.
Come on, Waffy.
The waffle. Okay.
All right.
Cool. All right. Yeah, it's a trap for young players though. It looks like Kate Waugh, doesn't it? Yeah, that's an Australian thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
okay, so
Waff.
Kate Waugh, the waffle goes with Beth Potter to the Sharks. So a couple of the Brits there. Now we go back to Bahrain. It's been 9 picks since you've had a pick, Macca. You've got Georgia Taylor Brown. You're going to have 2 picks in a row here from the remaining athletes on that list. Who do you pick in the end of round 2 and the start of round 3?
Okay, looking at who's left, and because Ronnie has picked an Australian, I might go with, because of the team structure, I'm going to take Alyssa Koenig, the Swiss, a 26-year-old Swiss. She's new, she did the Arena Games.
Mm-hmm.
I think she'll be a good guy. And I'm going to take Emma Jeffcoat, the Australian. I need her for the swim, and I think she brings a positive, bubbly vibe to every team. And I'm a big fan.
Yeah, she's nice.
She knows it. She knows it. Her and her mother, I followed them for years. So she'll be a great addition to the team. So Alyssa Koenig, Swiss, and Emma Jeffcoat are my 2
All right,
picks.
they go to the Bahrain Victoria Scorpions alongside Georgia Taylor Brown.
Emma will take out those swim preems for us and get me those short shoots on the women's side.
Yeah, because the short shoots, obviously there's one in the opening swim, opening bike, opening run, and then deliver them to the athletes that you choose in stage 3. So Be nice to soak up all
Also,
of those,
someone
wouldn't it?
else, if she swims well, she could blooming help out GTB in the front as well, can't she?
Yeah,
Distance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to think about
She's
this
a
year
new
than
jet.
last year. Last year we were like, yeah, they're a
New
good
jet
athlete, and
steamer.
now it's like, oh, there's all these wrinkles and
Yeah.
team. Yeah, it's good. It's really good. That's exactly what it should be like. Now we go back to the purple and joining the waffle and B Potter. I've started something here. We
I'm
shouldn't
going to
start.
call a waffle now.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so from the list, what's left? What sticks out to me is, someone who's a team player, and Nicole van der Kay from New Zealand looks as though she's had some success in the mixed team relays with New Zealand, Commonwealth Games medalist at the Gold Coast. Obviously just missed a medal this year in Birmingham. So she knows how to be a team player, I'm sure, and I'm sure she'll bring a lot to the Sharks team. So I'm gonna go with the youngster there, Nicole van der Kay.
Very good. Very good. Good choice. That leaves, let me think, we go back to the fan team again to join Sophie Colwell and Rachel Clammer, which is a good combo for the fan team. On the Cheetahs team, if I go down the list, the next highest voted for athlete is Verena Steinhauser. So she is the 10th pick from the fan team, and we'll pick her, 13th. So another pick ahead of ranking for the fan team, so they'll be happy with that. So we move on then to the Rhinos. Left we have Is it Jean Lahair? Again, I don't know much about her. I've got to Google her. Who?
Yeah. So yeah, you actually named her,
we have her
already
left.
from the list.
We also have Sophia Green.
Yep,
we have Sarah Roll. We have Hannah DeVette. We have Miriam Garcia, Julia Hauser, and Kathia Shah. So who would you like, Ronnie?
Yeah, so as you told her name already, Sean Liar. I think she's a solid racer. I don't know her. I checked her Instagram. I think
He's
she
a
will
stalk.
be. Yes, of course. I do my due diligence, and I think she will be fun. Will add some fun to the team. World ranking 40, not too bad, and she did some good races as well. So yeah, and actually. She also will start for Luxembourg, I think, soon. She's in transition. She's from France, but now she's going to start for Luxembourg. So I always have something for the small countries, like Switzerland and Luxembourg. Yeah.
Cool.
I choose her.
Monaco, the Cayman Islands, just the,
yes.
Small, poor nations. Yeah, I understand. All right. Well, you didn't accidentally double tap one of her photos from like 28 weeks ago or anything, did you, mate? Because that would be weird.
Come on, this. I have to check it, of course.
You got to check it. But
I need to reach out to her
thumbs,
as well.
man. Careful with the thumbs. Can't be commenting on anything from 2 years ago. Okay, so she's off to the Rhinos to join Taylor Spivey, Nat Van Coverden, which means we've got a double pick now again for T Don. So we've got 6 left. You can pick 2, my friend.
I'm going to go for Sophia Green. I want to keep that kind of synergy going. She's just moved actually to the Loughborough High Performance Centre where I train. And I know her training's been going really well. She's just been off the beat a little bit, but she's really stepped up for Scotland at the Commonwealth Games. I'm going to go Sophia Green in my round 3 pick.
Okay, who do you back it up with in your early round 4 pick? 5 athletes left.
I'm quite keen for Kathia Shara, Ronnie? She's a Swiss athlete. Is that how you pronounce her name? Shara?
Shah?
Because I know she's just...
She's a great pick, actually.
I know
right now.
She's had good success. She's been racing well, but I'm gonna go for Sarah Roll, who's a young Mexican athlete, up and coming. She's full of energy. And again, I think she's one of those athletes. She hasn't got the experience on the world triathlon scene, but she's been really tearing it up in the Pan American Games. So she's getting podium after podium over there. And I just want someone who can bring that kind of like freshness. And I think she'll just gel really well with Sophia, Sean, and Non.
Okay, awesome.
That is the Eagles.
Sarah Roll, Sophia Green, Sean Rainsley, Non Stanford are the new look Eagles. That is locked in. We have 1 pick left for each of the other 4 teams. We're going to start with the Rhinos. Ronnie, you've got a choice of Hannah DeVet, who's obviously her partner's racing too, Hayden Wild, Miriam Garcia, Julia Hauser, Kathia Cher, is it? Cher, like, do you believe?
Cher.
Cher. Who do you pick, Ronnie?
I've just got this vision in my head now of a big battleship with all the navy on it when she's. Thanks, I appreciate that video.
Yeah, so I think I'm going for Hanne DeVet. She has been improving a lot. 22nd in Munich also a few weeks ago, and I feel like on the shorter distances she can really do something and help the team. And I think she's a great team player as well.
Great, excellent. That's the Rhinos then. DeVet, Leher, what is it?
Lihar?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Leher,
yeah.
Okay. Nat Van Covert and Taylor Spivey. And now the cheaters are going to pick number 18. We get to pick the 15th ranked athlete, Miriam Casillas Garcia, who is part of a pretty reasonable Spanish mixed team relay team. And she will be a great asset to the cheaters, which means that the cheaters are now locked in. Caldwell, Clammer, Steinhauser, and Garcia, which leaves the Sharks and the Scorpions. The Sharks start out of Julia Hauser and Kathia Cher. Who do you want? Sharks.
Well, out of those two athletes, Will, I think I'm going to go for Julia Hauser, the Austrian athlete. She's two-time Olympian. You know, she's a little bit older than the other girls that the other women I've picked. So I think she can bring a little bit of experience and just balance the team out nicely. But she's also looks like she's just recently got a top 10 in the European Champs as well. So she's hitting some good form. So there's no reason why I don't think she can do well and just do well for the Sharks. So bring her on to the Sharks team, please.
That leaves Kathia Cher with you, Macca.
With us. And as Cher says, they keep pushing her aside, but she can break through. She's Cher, mate. We're on. Swiss.
I love that song.
Oh, God. Are we just like putting the
Cher was
blockers on these
cracking.
athletes before the movie began?
Move on.
Okay, while Macca sings...
You know that song, Michelle? That's a good Cher song.
She's a good singer.
And after all that's said and done, you know you'll be the only one. Oh. That's who we got.
I apologise to everyone. Okay, let's move on from that. The women, we wrap it up. Bahrain Victoria Scorpions, Georgia Taylor Brown, Alyssa Koenig, Emma Jeffcoat, and Kathia
The women are done.
Cher. The Eagles, non-Stanford, Sean Rainsley, Sophia Green, Sarah Roll. The Rhinos have Taylor Spivey, Nat Van Covert, and Jen Leher and Hannah DeVet. The Cheetahs fan team, you all picked out there. Sophie Caldwell to retain, Rachel Clammer, Verena Steinhauser, and Miriam Casillas Garcia. And the Sharks, Potter, Waff, the Waffle, Nicole van der Kay, and Julia Hauser. And we're going to move straight on to the men. And this time, the random order that was selected was Eagles, Rhinos, Cheetahs, Sharks, and the Scorpions. That's the reverse of the random order in the women's to make it fair. Timothy,
So it's the snake.
do you even have
So
anyone
I want to
left
retain Alex Yee. Oh, he's not racing. Okay.
Yeah.
Could I then please retain Seth Ryder?
He's not racing.
Oh, he's not racing. Max Struder, can I retain him? Oh, man. I'm not going to retain because I can't.
There's no one to retain.
I don't have a choice. There's no one to retain. So, yeah.
Okay.
We're going to build afresh. We're going to start with the cream.
Okay. What about you, Ronnie? You're next. Now, you could retain either Kenji Nina or Martin Van Riel. But there's a question mark over Martin Van Riel's fitness, as you know. So are you going to retain or not?
Yeah. So I'm not going to retain any of the two, although I love Kenji. But I was in contact with Martin.
Hold on, don't you manage Kenji? Oh no.
Okay.
Who knows who I'm picking later?
Oh, all right. You reckon
He's just
gonna
copying
stick
me,
with that?
basically. He's just copying me.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to mix up a few things, and
Fair enough.
yeah. Last year clearly didn't work.
All right, so we're going to put.
Yep.
So because of that, we're going to put Martin Van Riel in the bin next to Rachel Klammer. All right, and Kenji. Good night. Good night.
Oh, man.
All right,
we're going
which
to get
means
some dirty looks
that-
in London, Ronnie.
So everybody, Van Riel and Kenji Nina are on the market. Keep that in mind. Cheaters have voted, and I will confirm that the cheaters have decided to retain Johnny Brownlee, surprisingly enough. Which congratulations to everyone who voted for that. Which means we move on to the Sharks. Would you like to retain Michelle Dillon?
What do you reckon?
I think you would, yes. Very much like to retain
you want
Jonas
to retain
Schomburg.
Vasco.
I would be stupid
Jonas?
not to retain. I mean,
Vasco.
this guy's not only in the form of his life, but he thrives on this type of racing, and he's going to smash it, isn't he? Let's be honest. So, we had a blast last year. We had a blast last year. He's an absolute star. I'm going to bring him back on. Well, I'm going to retain him. Sorry, retain him. So, yep, Hayden, you are still a
I
shark.
thought you were talking about Taylor Reid.
Yeah.
No? Oh, Hayden.
I'm joking.
Hayden, yes.
Hayden.
We all knew that.
I like Taylor.
It's nice that all of your men have stuck around, though. Hey?
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, because I did a good job last year and they enjoyed it, so they want to come back again.
They all enjoyed potentially being bossed around by angry.
Yeah, but why not Vasco?
Michelle Dillon.
He's the new star coming. I mean,
Yeah.
Very good.
They were hanging to be
Vasco
back on the Sharks team. What do you?
Fair enough.
The
Hayden
one thing
Wild.
about Vasco is he does. Vasco doesn't like the hustle and bustle in the swim. He just doesn't. He like in a team relay, he does so well because it's quite individual. But when it comes to a bit of argy-bargy, he just needs to toughen up, Ronnie. You need to have words with him.
no. Listen, he just needs the right manager to get the head right.
Oh, so now we know who you're going to pick next.
He needs a good manager. He's got to stop handling himself and get a good manager.
He's got to stop handling himself.
Oh,
That's a
I
problem
love
we all
it.
have. All right. So
I'm going to retain. I'm assuming it's me. I am going
It
to
is.
100% retain the King, Vincent Louis.
why?
Yeah, you've got to do that. He's class.
Oh, he's just class. I would never kick him to the curb, Vince. And notice I tend to retain people. Scorpions.
You only had so congratulations. You retained Georgia Taylor Brown and Vincent Lewis. Well done.
Yes. Yeah, I retain them.
I would have loved to have retained any of my men, but they've all done a runner.
Okay.
I'm going to get on the phone with them, see if I can get some wild card action from
I'll
them.
tell you who that means. You can only retain one. And I'll tell you what, Matty Hauser was
Do I get
pretty
another
quality last year. And he's had a really ripping season so far. And he's on the market now. And guess who gets the pick next? It's Tim Don's Eagles.
I'd love to have retained him. Yeah, I'd love to retain Matty. I wish I could retain
No,
two.
sorry,
It's
no. Maddie's a different athlete. He's come to Europe with that big focus on the Com Games and to walk away with 2 medals. He is definitely, like, no disrespect to him, he's more a sprint and shorter athlete at the moment. He's just got that, raw aggression in the swim, and his running is going strength to strength. So Matty Hauser, I definitely want Matty Hauser on my team.
And he's the winner of the blue jersey last year, Tim, as a Scorpion. Just so you're aware. Great
Yeah.
signing.
Yeah, he really is.
I would have.
Yeah, and with a shared short shoot. So anyway, but I would love, Matty Hauser. No, he's going to be in the race from the start. Hayden's not always there. Johnny's there from the start. Vince is obviously always there from the start. So who is Ronnie going to pick?
Right, Ronnie. Okay, so Hauser, Lewis, Wild, and Brownlee are all gone. Who is Ronnie's first round pick?
Well, what do you think?
Sure
What do I think?
It's got to be Martin Van Riel.
Martin Van
what do you
Riel.
think?
Or
No, I already, he rolled down already. I didn't pick him. So it's Vasco, of course.
Vasco. Now, after we've just tried to put you off him.
Don't take it away.
Vasco is he's top 5 in every race last year. Actually, he had his best race in Malibu. He was impressive there too. And I think he's up and coming. Yeah, he's the man.
Great.
So
Great.
Without being under Hayden's shadow, he might turn from a minnow to a white rhino.
Hasn't
He
he
will
been
be-
training with Vincent as well? He's been training with Vincent too, hasn't he?
Yeah, he changed his training group. He trains with Yele Jeans and also with Vincent, and yeah, I think he learns a lot from him as well. And
Yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, he has been racing very well also in the World Cups. Yeah, so
You just
yeah.
realise Macca is now texting Vincent to say,
I am
"Kick
right now.
Vasco out,
That's
kick
exactly what I'm saying.
Vasco out, kick
Oh,
Vasco out the
what do you
squad."
need? What do you need for swimming?
All right. Well, there's our first round. There's our first round men: Brownlee,
Yeah.
Wild, Lewis, Hauser, and Velasa, which leaves a lot of quality on the table. There's no doubt about that. It goes deep, and that actually means that we are up next with the Bahrain team. So, Chris McCormack, stop texting Vince.
I'm going
Is he
to
replying?
go with my second pick. I'm going to go the young hotshot Canadian Tyler Mislowchuk. He didn't race last year.
Yeah.
The series. I think he's shown he can do good racing in this. I think he's looking for something to do this year. I think he's coming into some form. He was hoping for a lot more at the Com Games. He had some problems. And I think he's going to be very, very focused on Super League. Needs a big series. And I like Tyler. He brings a lot of energy to a team. I think not the individuals in the team, it's how you come as a group. And that's what the Scorpions did so well last year. And I think Tyler will bring a lot of that stickiness to our group.
Does he travel well from Canada or no problems?
No problems. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a Swiss attempt at banter right there, but it was very polite banter.
I was gutted. At the Commonwealth Games when he got that mechanical, and I was gutted for him because, as you said, he won the Olympic test event, and then things like then haven't gone so well, and we actually probably have not seen him back to his best. So fair play giving him a go.
I wish you the best, Chris.
Keep
as always.
Now go back to texting Vince to get Vasco out the squad.
All right. So joining V. Lewis on the Bahrain team is Tyler Mislachuk, which means we go now to Michelle Dillon to the Sharks. Who's going to join the Falcon at the Sharks?
Well, I think if we're looking at team tactics, I think I'd be silly not to pick Taylor Reid. And obviously, I had him in the Sharks team last year, but he's a great swimmer. So he's going to add a lot of strength to our team, especially for Hayden with short shoots and stuff. He could win some short shoots for us. So this guy gives 120% every time he races. Yep. Taylor Reid for sure. No doubt.
All right, the Kiwi connection.
Definitely.
After the Com Games, the two of them off the front together, so fair play.
But now I've got 3 Kiwis in my team.
Oh, you do too?
I seem to like the Kiwis. Yeah.
Very well done.
Brilliant.
Very well done.
And they all race
You'll have
together
to learn
before
how
as
to-
well. So it's a nice little mix there. So we'll be getting on
You'll have
really
to learn
well,
how to do that. Is it that Aka?
Haka.
Yeah.
Haka. Come on, mate. The Haka. Go you before the thing. It won't really.
I never watch it. I only put the rugby on once the whistle goes against the All Blacks.
Well, what, the final whistle when you guys have lost again?
Unbelievable.
All right.
Saying that the Aussies had a good game the other day. But yeah, right. Back to the round two. Come on, I want my pick.
All right.
I want my pick.
Well, the fan team cannot believe it. All right, that means it's time for the Cheaters to get another pick. And I love that. I feel like I'm part of the Cheaters now because I'm announcing it. And we'll have a look now. Let me have a look down the list here. And, well, how about this? At this point, the Cheaters, based off the rankings, will pick the great Martin Van Riel. Now, that fan team's pick, we know that Martin will be injured at the start of the series, so we don't know exactly when he'll be back. He's still rehabbing his injury, so there will be a replacement for the races that he will miss, and there'll be wild cards, and Super League will announce them ASAP before each round, and they'll be drafted into different teams, and we'll announce those soon as we get closer. But for now, Martin Van Riel, when he does come, will be a cheater. That is a great get. We obviously wish Martin a speedy recovery. He's a big part of the series, and we look forward to having him race in the fan team orange. Now, we go back to the Rhinos. We have Vasco de Paiva Velasa on already, and who are we going to go and add to that in the Rhino kind of mustard yellow?
Yeah, I think
Very
in the
rhino.
team communications play a big part. So I go with another Portuguese and a seasoned one. He's 32 years old, Joao Silva, and he has been on form. He was eighth in Hamburg, just behind Vasco. So these two will be my front rhinos.
What is this the thing? Is
Oh,
it?
Silver
Is
away.
that?
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
This
I
one?
haven't found out the best way to do
This
it.
one? Ah, all right.
No.
Not that one? That was
Yeah,
last year, wasn't it? Okay. Joao
yeah, that was
Silva,
last year.
the Silver Fox, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Just like doing it for the old men
that's
over the
him.
last couple of races. So that's Joao Pedro Lopez de Silva and Vasco de Paiva Velasa. So there's going to be some squash names on the back of race suits. Eagles double pick to end round 2 and start round 3. Tim Don.
Man, top 10 at Commonwealth Games, off the front in Hamburg without even trying. I've trained with him 2 winters in a row when I was training down in Stellenbosch. He is in the race. He won the Los Angeles Triathlon at the end of last year. Loads of firepower, loads of energy. Jamie Riddle, the little Riddler from Stellenbosch, South Africa. Yeah, he's on a
Good
red
pick.
hot run.
He's a good pick. And you get another pick, does he?
Yep,
He gets
2 picks.
Yes, yeah, double bubble.
Lovely.
Yeah, I really like this fella. He's had some good races. He's come on the scene and he's doing things a bit like I did when I was younger. He's not institutionalized by the British Federation, and he's been training. He's been training with Sam Long over in Tucson, Arizona, coached by Ryan Bolton, who's got 4 platinum albums in the US charts. I'm going to go for the British athlete Daniel Dixon.
Cool.
What?
That's a cool couple
But he
of
will be
picks.
overtrained if he trained with Sam Long. I mean, he will be
No,
overtrained.
well, you see, this is the beauty of it. He spent the winter with Sam in Tucson, and now I'm actually watching him race this weekend. He's racing in Sunderland. It's the European. He's a young fella. It's the European under-23 selection race. So I'm going up to Sunderland to watch him. So no, I've been messaging him. He didn't have such a good European champs, but he's got fire in his belly. And yeah, he did well at the Arena Games in Singapore. He led out the swim. So he was ahead of some of the proper class swimmers. He's got that hustle and bustle. So yeah, Dan Dixon it is, or Daniel Dixon.
That is
You know your shit,
committed
Tim,
to actually
always.
travel
You impress me.
between cities.
Unbelievable. You're
Yeah.
such a great manager.
Oh, stop it, you guys.
It's better than the bit of last minute Wikipedia.
Wait till I go hunting those rhinos, mate. You'll be going, what the heck? Where have they all gone?
It's time for a bit more big game. Who's going to join the Portuguese connection for the men, Ronnie, in the rhinos? You've got
So guys,
9 men left.
listen. Yeah. So he's a Spanish guy. You know, the Portuguese and the Spanish, they get along well, I think. And so I'm going for Sergio Baxter Cabrera. He's big talent. His swim is a bit sometimes good, sometimes not so good, but he's an unbelievably fast runner. He will get these short shoots like nothing. And he's a big talent.
He's British.
And,
He's British.
No.
He is.
No.
That's why he's got his dad's British. His dad's been to Kona like 20 times, a specialised athlete.
We have both
He trains
passports
in
then.
Leeds. No, he's got both passports. Yeah, no, yes. He's a really good guy. He trains up in Leeds a lot. He's a
Half of
class
the UK
athlete.
lives in Spain, Ronnie. You know that.
Yeah.
Sorry?
That's where my
Half of the UK lives in Spain.
Yeah, it looks like it. What are you doing there, Tim, with these guys in I don't know.
I know, yeah.
Awkward.
Something in the water. You know what? It was all because of the Godfather, Spencer Smith. He set them all. He set everyone up.
Unbelievable. Yeah, no, he's a great pick, I think.
Classic British name too, Sergio Cabrera. So I can see how you got mixed
It's like
up there.
Baxter.
Baxter.
Simon Baxter. Simon Baxter.
Simon Baxter. All right. Baxter goes to the Rhinos alongside John Silver and I got no English
Not a good
version of
team,
Vasco.
Ronnie.
I don't know what that is. There's plenty of talent left, and we're going to go to the cheaters. And wow, okay, this is 13th pick, and we're going to pick number 6 on the cheaters list as the highest one left. Max Stapley, the swimmer extraordinaire, who I knew was a good swimmer, but when he did the pacing swim for sub 7, and I've never seen anyone do it easier. He's a swimming god. So there's going to be some great shootouts for that first stage swim short shoot. Max Stapley joins Martin Van Riel and Johnny Brownlee in the Cheetahs fan team, which leaves us round 3 picks for the Sharks and then the Scorpions. The Sharks pick, Michelle?
Yep. I just heard that bit at the end. Okay, so I want to go for someone on the other side of the world. I'm going to go for. I like the sound of this guy. I mean, he's obviously got some good experience in the arena games. He's finished top 5 in Singapore. I'm going to go Chase McQueen from the US. Looks like a good all rounder, solid. It looks like he's going to add some valuable points to my team. So on that note, I think I'll pick him.
Lightning McQueen.
So if Hayden doesn't have a good swim, are your Sharks going to wait for him? Because you've got 2 gun swimmers there with Taylor and Chase.
Yeah, well, that's where the short shoot. That's where team tactics. Yeah, that's the thing. We have to sit down and really think about how we're going to do this.
That means she doesn't know.
No, don't bother sitting down. Just wing it.
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you, am I?
I'm going to message Stu now. Stu, what's going on there?
I think you'll find that Michelle hasn't thought about it until just then when you brought it up.
No, I've thought about it.
No, look, if Hayden swims how he did in Birmingham,
it's not going to be a problem. All right.
I'll be telling my secret.
Mackie, you're still awake. It's time for you to pick again. Twice.
So it's to me?
Yep. It's
So who's this?
Yeah, it's 2 picks. It's 2 picks now at the end of round 3 and the start of round 4 to the Bahrain Victoria Scorpions.
Yeah, beauty. I'm going to take for the swim because I want to pick up some swim shoots, and he's had a year off last year. I'm going to take Henry Schumann. People short memories. He was right up the front of this racing only prior to COVID. He's come off an injury, but the one thing you can guarantee with Henry, if we need swim horsepower up front, he's got all the arsenal needed to lead that swim out and chase that. So I'm going to take Henry Schumann, and I can't believe this athlete's still on the block. He was given up at the start. I'm taking Kenji Nina, absolutely taking Kenji, and
he was
that'll round out my team. Yeah, so it's perfect.
Such a good athlete.
And he's very, very good at this style of racing. Great in the arena games. Great last year in the series. Can't believe he got kicked to the curb, Kenji. Welcome aboard.
I love Kenji.
No, I would have picked Kenji.
I'm in contact with him. It's all good. We're like this. So, yeah.
I hate to see what you do to your enemies then, Ronnie, if you guys are so close. Bloody hell.
I can't believe the quality of the swimmers in the men's race. Yeah. There's like virtually every 80% are proper amazing swimmers. They're like that young fella, Popovic, the 17-year-old Romanian at the moment who's breaking world record after world record. There's so many good swimmers.
Yeah, he's insane, isn't he? 3rd fastest time in the world at 17 years of age in the 200 free. That was epic. He'd probably be mid-pack in the 300 free we're going to have at the start of racing in London. So Nina, Schumann, Mislachuk, and Lewis are the Bahrain Victoria Scorpions. You have a chance, Michelle, to pick up either Emil Holm, Valentine Wurtz, Shachar Sagiv, who we still was pretty good.
This is a no-brainer for me.
And Jonas Schomburg.
Yeah, no-brainer. It's got to be the big, tall German with a huge heart. It's got to be Jonas Schomburg. I had the pleasure to have him on our team last year, but unfortunately last year he had some health issues, so he wasn't really firing on all cylinders. But it looks like he's back
broken heart
with some solid results this year. And this guy, he's got no fear. He races from the front. If he's healthy, he'll be right up there in the swim and the bike, and he runs. I know he's not always running well over the longer distances, but over the short distances he can hold on. So, for sure, I think he's going to add some really value to our team. So, bring Jonas across to the Sharks team.
Good loyalty from you.
That's a great pick.
You've got 3 of your old team back.
Great guy. Yeah, I know. This is the thing. What's that song? I believe.
Oh, here we go.
I can hear something inside me say.
Oh, Kathy O'Share.
You gotta believe.
Oh dear. Most of the athletes that will be watching this will have no idea about that song. Way
They're
too
just
young.
like turning this off now, going, oh,
All right.
done.
The cheaters, the fans have voted, and the cheaters are going to pick Shachar Sagiv, the Israeli, who was 12th on the list and had a pretty good outing last year. And out of the three that are there, he's the only one with the experience. So that leaves then the Rhinos and the Eagles to pick between Valentin Wurtz and Emil Holm. And hands on heads for Tim Don, because he's not going to get a choice here. Ronnie, who do you pick out of Wurtz and Holm?
So I'm going for Valentin Wirtz. He's a young German, very talented guy, on the rise, I would say as well. He had some very solid results, and he's good overall swim bike run. So I think he will be a good addition to my team, and I can speak some German as well with him.
Perfect.
Well, you don't need to speak Spanish now that
I'll go
Baxter's
for
on your team, so that's good. You got out of that.
I'll pick Sherlock.
Sherlock Holmes, Sherlock and Cher, nice.
Yeah, he's a solid Danish athlete. He's a bit of a beast on the bike. In quite a few of the smaller races, he's done well. He's really ridden strong and away from people. So if we can get the fastest lap, then that could be a short shoot heading to Maddie's way, so he can wave to everyone on the run.
Easy. A lot of thought put in. So for the men, we wrap up Lewis, Mislachuk, Skuman, and Nina for Bahrain. For the Eagles, it's Hauser, Riddle, Dixon, and Sherlock Holm. The Rhinos have Velasa, Silva, Cabrera, and Wurtz. The Cheetahs have Brownlee, Van Riel, Stapley, and Sagiv. And the Sharks have Wild, Reed, McQueen, and Schomburg. Who has the weakest team there? Who nominate?
Not me.
Right?
Chris has the weakest team.
Chris does he? Interesting.
Yeah.
No, he's got two of the best swimmers. He's with
No, he has a strong
Vincent
team.
Henry.
But last year, Chris had.
I worry for
Vincent
Michelle.
Henry are. That being said, Vincent Henry are not last year's talent. They're pre-COVID.
Yeah.
They're pre-COVID talent, and the world's changed a lot since COVID. So we don't know. Are they still good?
Since Nat Van
I just get worried.
Yeah.
Right.
I get worried for Michelle's team that Hayden's going to be on his own. The boys are just going to swim away, and then.
Yeah. Well, you said that earlier. They can't believe the horsepower in the swim. I was about to say,
Yeah.
except for.
But you got to remember that Hayden can ride on his own, and he can get across on his own. And
not when there's instructions from my team to block. Not when there's strict instructions now.
Not when Jamie Riddle riding off the front, working for Maddie Hauser
joined by Henry Skuman and Vincent Louis.
And Johnny Brownlee doesn't mind a turn at the front.
Johnny Brownlee doesn't mind swimming pretty close to those
front feet. Whilst they're all trying
Hayden
to take
and
each other
Vasco will ride together.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it does Hayden a favour, because whilst they're all trying to take each other off the bike and they're all cramped up together, Hayden's just got his sticking to his own line, riding through nice and comfortably.
He'll take Vasco with him. Vasco will take those little aero bars again. Zoom.
Yeah,
through.
Vasco and Hayden will be a great team catching up.
Yeah, they'll work together.
Vasco's not even in my team, but he'll still naturally be working for Hayden anyway, so it doesn't matter.
That'll be good.
Hold on, the Sharks and the Rhinos, have they got an alliance here? What's going on?
Of course.
If I get off the bike buckle, then I implement Tyler Mislachuk, who can run. Boom.
Then you've got Sergio Cabrera and Home in front of the home crowd in London as well. The wild card. All right, that is the teams, and that is the draft. And then there's some weird stuff that happened, but in the end,
I think
everyone's in a team.
I think it's.
Yeah.
I'm happy with my team.
You happy?
I'm happy with my
Very
team.
happy.
Good. Everyone's happy. We'll see what happens after the first 3-week stint, and when we hit London, Munich, and Malibu, and who's happy after that. But for sure, it's hard to see. I mean, I know in my head, I reckon who's got the weakest team. I'm not going to say because it's not up to me. I think you all know.
No, say it. It's okay. We can handle
it's cool. It's cool. Don't want to hurt your feelings, Ronnie. Okay?
Okay.
That was very Swiss, very diplomatic.
Oh, wow.
It's like Ronnie saying his swim. Well, he has some good swims and some not so good. The Australian way to say that is he's a terrible swimmer.
Yeah.
I don't even remember who that was about. But that was very good.
Yeah.
It's your management style, mate. Let's see if you I'm just joking.
Very neutral.
I don't think the Rhinos got the weakest team. I think that's a really interesting team. I think they all are, and I think that we're going to see some fantastic racing over the course of the next few weeks. Only a couple of weeks away until London. Thank you all the team managers for taking part in the draft. We appreciate all your input. Can't wait to see how you're going to manage things across the course of the season. We can't get behind this at all, Ronnie. I'm sorry, mate. You can keep doing it, but I'm just really not going to get on board. And we are done. All the information, all the teams can be seen at superleaguetriathlon.com. London, couple of weeks. Do not miss it. It's going to be huge. And these guys can fight each other with all of their branded gear. And Ronnie sitting there remaining neutral like the Swiss do. Thanks very much, everybody.
I'll do everything in my power to get that title.
Here we go! This is what Super League Racing is all about!
Winning is addictive. There's no better feeling.
Brutal, chaotic.
It's all out racing from the gun. The pace and intensity is way higher than any other triathlon discipline.
Wow! What